Today we're going to check out the XP5-X Plus controller. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you. So when I was ordering my Galaxy Z Fold 2, I decided to pick up one of these. They gave me 35 bucks or something. So I got this so that I can use it with xCloud. I might also try Stadia as well. But here inside, it does have a 3000 milliamp power bank, so it can recharge your phone, has mappable buttons, and a detachable phone clip, which is pretty cool. I've 3D printed some of the past, so it's nice that I'll be able to try this out. Now here on the side, it does mention that it works with gaming, cloud gaming, and you could use it on your laptop. And then here on the back, just a few more details. Here we have stay charged, on the fly button mapping, adjustable clip, and connect via Bluetooth or USB-C to a compatible phone, tablet, or PC. So you have some advanced buttons down here on the bottom, has the power bank and over 220 degrees articulating arm. Pretty sweet. All right, inside the box, here we have the controller. Pretty cool looking. It's actually been a long time since I've had an Xbox controller, which I don't know if this classifies for that. Here you have the arm, so that will snap on the back. We'll get to that in a second. And then here for the cables, we have a USB to micro USB. So you're going to charge the controller with this by plugging it in the back. You could also use this to plug it into a PC. Next, we have a micro USB to micro USB with a USB-C adapter. And this is what you're going to use to plug your phone directly into the controller to use. And then here we have a USB to micro USB with a USB-C adapter. And this is how you're going to charge the controller with using this cable. And then here you have the instructions. So let's go ahead and get the clip on. So these you can twist to loosen. Looks like they go opposite direction. And then we can loosen it like that. And then here, if we want to snap it on, we're just gonna put it on the top like that. And then down here on the bottom, it locks into place. Snaps in just like that. And then we can angle this to whatever angle we want. So you can pretty much move it any direction. So let's try right there. And then here, this expands. So let's say I want to put in my Note 20 here. I can just snap it right into place and it kind of fits in there. And it looks like you can fit a pretty big phone. Now, I don't think this will fit my Fold, so we'll have to find another adapter for that. And then here, you have the option to also angle this. So if you want this at a specific angle, you can angle the top as well. And then you just rotate them together opposite direction to tighten them. So now to pair our controller, there's two ways to do this. One is all you have to do is put it on here, and then we just plug it in. And as soon as we plug it in, the controller lights up showing its battery life, and it is now paired. So let's go ahead and let's just play Minecraft today to kind of show you how this works. All right, and we are in. So as you can see, just playing around, it works super smooth. Now, when using this, I did notice that whenever you used a game that vibrated, so let's come up here and break a brick. Let's turn down the volume on here. Now you can't hear it as much, but I did feel like it did vibrate the back of this a little bit too much. Maybe it's just because I was playing late at night and I wanted it to be a bit quiet. But that's the only real problem I had with this controller. Other than that, it's pretty solid. The battery life lasts forever, and it's just really awesome. So now let's look at some of the other ways in which you could pair this. So I like playing this wired. It's just super simple. I can plug this in. I plug this into my Chromebook. It worked great. So now let me show you how to pair it with Bluetooth. So over here, you can switch this little setting here. So the one on the left is USB. And then when you switch it this way, that is Bluetooth. And then we do need to turn on the controller. To do that, you're just going to press the Xbox button right there. And now you can see the controller's on. And then to put it in pairing mode, back here on the back, you have the Bluetooth button. So we're gonna hold that down until the light here starts flashing. And now we are ready to pair it with our phone. So we're just gonna come in here into the Bluetooth settings. And now you will see that the device pops up right here. We have the Moga XP5-X Plus. And we are now paired, so let's head back into our game. And so I'm not plugged into my phone right now. I'm just keeping it in there, and we can use it this way as well. So this is really nice, and then you don't have to worry about having any wires with you. Really convenient to use this way as well. And then if you want to turn off the controller, you can just hold this down for 5 seconds and it will power off. And then the controller is off. So let's just turn it on, press it once. Let's see how long it takes to reconnect. And by the time Minecraft loaded back up, we were connected again. So that works really well. Now, the last thing about the ports back here on the back is the micro USB port is for playing. So if you're plugged into anything, you're going to use the micro USB port. And so then you do have this other cable where it's a full USB. So this is for charging and powering the device. So if I plug this in to there, and then I plug this into my phone, then it is going to charge the device. So if you are plugged in with the micro USB cable and the USB-C end, it will not charge your phone. So you need to make sure that you are using this one to play if you're plugged in. And then when you're plugged in with this one, it will only charge. You can't play while you are using this. This is just using the battery pack in the phone. So my phone is currently charging and I am using this over Bluetooth. Now, if I switch this setting back to USB, you'll notice that the Bluetooth turned off and I have no access. If it's not working, make sure that you're using the right cable or that your Bluetooth is on. So Bluetooth is back on, turn the controller back on. And there, when I turned the controller on, it started charging again. And now we are ready to play. And this is a 3000 milliamp battery pack. So that could almost recharge my Note 21 full time, which is really awesome. And when charging from the controller's battery pack, down here you do have the option to turn on and off charging. So if I want to be plugged in, but I don't want to charge, I can turn that off. And then when I want to charge it up, I can then turn that on and it begins charging. And then the last thing about charging is it does come with this 6-foot cable. So if you plug this into a power brick and then you plug this in to your controller, then it is going to charge up the controller. So if it's running out of battery, and you can push the battery button here and see how much battery you have. So I'm currently at 4 bar, so no problem there. And then you would know if you need to charge up the controller. All right, so let's just go ahead, keep using this over Bluetooth. So now let's talk about some of the controls that we have here on the controller. So of course you have your normal buttons here, down here, and then here you do have your menu. So you can just quickly jump to the menu. And then over here you have a view button right here in Minecraft. It is not doing anything, but that's the view button. And then you have your LB, LT, and RB, and RT right there. Now the other buttons that you do have on here are on the back here. So here we have a AGR and here we have a AGL. So you can program these to become pretty much anything you want it to be. So let's say I want my button to go quickly to my inventory here. So to do that, we're gonna hold down the program button on the bottom here until the light starts flashing. So there it's flashing. Now my inventory is X, so I wanna reprogram X, so I'm gonna press X. And then I'm gonna press the button that I want to program. So I'm gonna program this down here. And so there, the light stopped flashing and it is now programmed. So if I wanna bring up my inventory, press that button and boom, my inventory pops up. So let's say I wanna add some stuff to my inventory. I can easily do that just like that. So that's how you program a button. Now, if you want to reprogram that button to something else, you would just need to go through the programming process again. And then you do still have the original button option for programming. So you could program up, left, down, or any of these buttons over here. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the controller itself. And then lastly, if you push the button here, it does take you to the Game Pass home screen. So then if you were playing Game Pass games, you would be able to jump back and play a different game. So that is about gameplay. So now that we have our controller mount ready and our cable ready to go, let's go ahead and get signed up for Game Pass so that we can start playing games. All right, thank you for your purchase. If we go back here to our games under Cloud, here you can see the recent games that you were playing. And then down here, it will show you some most popular games. And then you also have the option to select all games. And you can scroll through here and let's say we find a game we want to play. All we need to do, tap on it and select play. and then it will load up the game and we'll be playing in no time. Then when you tap on the screen over here, it says how much data you have actually used. And over here, it shows the time and the battery life of your device. So you can also push the Xbox button on the controller and it will take you back here to the home page to play another game. And this currently is still in beta, so there might be a few problems. And then down here, you can quickly take a screenshot. You can connect to Discord for voice chat. And then you have block during game options, so you could block notifications. And then you also have an auto brightness controls. And then here you have a network indicator. It's saying I'm currently on 2.4, switching to 5 gigahertz would be a little bit of an improved quality. And then one other really cool thing is over here, you have the options to pop up different applications. So let's say I want to quickly check YouTube or something like that. I could pop this up on top of the game in the background, and then I could use that application. So it's nice that you can still stay connected without leaving your game in the background. So let's go ahead and play a little bit here. I would say that the Game Pass does take a little bit longer to load than Stadia.
What the? Is that a helicopter? It's military. Creep spotted! Rotten hell.
And then here under the Xbox button, you can check your friends list who are online, start a party, and all of that. So let's go ahead and quit this game. So there you go. That is some actual gameplay of xCloud or Game Pass, Cloud, whatever it's called. So I think the biggest problem for me is trying to decide what to play. There are 100 games currently available on here, and it's been years and years. I actually haven't owned an Xbox since the very first Xbox. So if there are any games on here that I should definitely check out, please let me know in the comments below, because there's so many to play. I don't know which ones are the best, so let me know some of your favorites. The list just keeps going and going and going and going. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Game Pass versus Stadia. So the cool thing about this is not only is it an Xbox Game Pass controller, but it can also be used with any game on your phone that supports a controller. So we were just playing Minecraft. That's not a part of Game Pass, but it worked really well playing here on this device. Now, I am a Stadia subscriber, so I've talked about Stadia before, and I really like how Stadia works. So let's head into Stadia to show you how the controller works in here. So that's the great thing about this controller is it does pair with your Android device, and it can work with any game that you have on your phone. It does not work with iPhone or iPad devices. So here we're just gonna head into Monster Boy in Stadia and test it out. And so there we go. We can play without doing anything. So that works really great. Now, the main difference you're gonna have between Stadia and Game Pass is Stadia, if you wanna play a game, you just buy the game and you can play it. You don't have to have a subscription. But if you do pay for the Stadia subscription, you then have games that are a part of Stadia Pro, and you can play those as long as you pay for that subscription. So I think it's a really great model. If you don't want to always be paying a subscription, you can come into Stadia, buy a game, and then you can play it at any time. You don't need anything else other than your phone to play the game. Now, you can also play Stadia on a Chromebook or on your computer. You can play Stadia on your TV, but you do need to have a Chromecast Ultra to be able to play it. And then you also need to have a Stadia controller for that. So this doesn't work when you're playing it that way. This will only work when you're playing it on your computer, PC, and on mobile. But here you can see there are quite a few different games. Let's go under Store. And so I like Stadia. It works really well. And then you just buy the game and you can play the game forever. But then if you want to do Game Pass is pretty cool as well. So again, $10 a month, and then you can come in here and you are able to play any of the library that are available as long as you are a subscriber. Now, the other thing with Game Pass is if you want to play it here on the phone, you just need to have an Android phone that's supported and you can play it. If you want to play it on your PC, you just download the Game Pass program and you can play it on there. But then the hardest part with Game Pass for me is I have no way to play it on my TV. Now, if I go and buy one of the new Xboxes, I believe you are able to do that. But for me, it's hard to subscribe to this. If I do want to play some of these games on my TV, I'll have to go out and also purchase an Xbox, which I currently don't have. Now, I did see some people get this to work on their Android TV. They just sideloaded the app, but I haven't tried that yet, and it's just not fully supported. So Game Pass overall is going to be a really great product as long as they keep adding more and more games. Now, there's already so many games. I don't know what a lot of them do, so I didn't really know which ones to play. So just in comparison, here is a Stadia controller. I do like the feel of the Xbox. I know Mogo's been in the controller industry for a long time, so they have a lot of history in making a controller, and this is Google's first time making a controller, which it tends to feel not as precise in some of the ways in its build. So this does have a really good feel to it, and I love these grips on the back. It makes it really easy to hold and just a nice gaming experience. And then the last thing with the XPS5X Plus is the clip. So I mentioned that when you're playing a game that vibrates like Minecraft, it would vibrate this little clip a lot, which was annoying. But then the other thing is I purchased this with my Z Fold 2. So when that comes in, it doesn't fit this. So it will fit when it's closed, but I want to play games in the full open fold position. So that's not going to work. So I found this little thing that I 3D printed, and hopefully I can attach it to here and it should extend it so then I can use my Z Fold 2 on this, because I think gaming with the Z Fold 2 and something like this is just going to be an amazing experience. With the phone, you're limited because most of the games play in 16:9 ratio. Well, these are way wider than 16:9, so you have a really small screen when you are playing the game. Now, when the Z Fold 2 comes out, it's more of a 4:3 ratio, so the game is going to extend all the way from edge to edge, and then you're just gonna have a little black bar on the top and the bottom, but the gameplay is gonna be much better. So I'll talk more about that once I get the Z Fold 2, but so far I've loved having this. It's just so nice that it has a clip, everything right there, all in one, and it just makes it so easy to plug and play, and you can game for much longer because of the built-in battery pack here. So if you have any further questions about the Moga XP5-X Plus, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know more about Game Pass or Stadia, we can talk about that down there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.